Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Hey, we're going to wrap things up with a look at a Sony Xperia. You know, I've been really interested in using these Xperias because people who love Sony really, they've got an Xperia fan club going here. This is a new one that is T-Mobile only in the United States. That means you're going to take advantage of T-Mobile's uncarrier pricing, about $600, I think $588. You can get it for $22 a month if you do that monthly thing. Of course, T-Mobile doesn't lock you in, so that's a good deal. But let's take a look at it in terms of an Android phone. It is a couple of disadvantages. It's not running KitKat, alas. It's still running Jelly Bean. And I think that knowing Sony, there may not be an upgrade path to this, particularly since we should mention that this is the Z1S. The Z2 has been announced at Mobile World Congress and will be out in just a few months. Why would you be interested in this? Well, the chief points are, one, it's waterproof. It adheres to the IPX5 and 8 standards. That means you could continuously submerge it. In theory, and I didn't try this because I have very bad luck with water and cameras, you could actually shoot video and pictures underwater with it. So they're selling it as that. Dustproof as well. So I'm always nervous about this, but I'm going to take Sony's word for it. You can shoot underwater. Did you?
Yep.
And it has a 20 megapixel camera. That's the other selling point on this. 20 megapixels is a lot for a camera. And Sony has their own sensor technology. I found that the images weren't not particularly good. Now here we are in a lit studio, and I had chance to. You were not moving. I told you to sit still, and it's an okay picture, but
didn't know you need a shot there.
You didn't know I was doing that, did you?
No, I did not.
It doesn't blow me away. I mean, 20 megapixels? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'll zoom in on Radford's necktie. There's detail in there, but it is a JPEG, and so some softening as well. I think if you want a great camera, you should probably be better off looking at a Lumia 1520 or a Lumia 1020. On the other hand, those are Windows Phone, and this is Android phone. I don't know if it's the best Android camera. It seems competitive with the Galaxy S4 13 megapixel camera, the Note 3 13 megapixel camera.
That still doesn't have a shutter on it either, right?
Yeah,
okay.
No shutter, yeah. The other thing I don't like about this is, they're claiming this kind of fancy screen. Sony calls it a full HD tri-luminous display with X-Reality motion picture engine. To me, it looks a little washed out. I'm not crazy about it. I'm a little bit jaded because of the AMOLED displays I'm used to, but I don't see anything really special about this screen. It's a 5-inch 1080p display. It is pretty fast, 2.2 gigahertz quad-core Qualcomm chipset. Dust-resistant, water-resistant, good battery life. Got through the entire day with me. They claim 15 hours of talk time. That's pretty darn good. So if you're looking for a waterproof camera, waterproof phone, I should say, with a very good camera, one of the best, a nice form factor, it's pretty. This might be a good choice for you. I don't usually get waterproof cameras because I get bugged by these covers. But you know, all the new phones, I should say, I keep saying camera, all the new phones have these, including the S5, and it just drives me crazy. You have to pry that open.
Is there a cover for the charger too, for the charger port?
Yeah, it's all covered up. There's no openings on this thing.
Wow.
It's nice. It's not something I would go right to Mother about. They're pretty good about, their the cruft. I'm a big, as you know, Google phone experience. I prefer kind of the plain Jane Google. I resisted putting my own launcher on here just so I could play with the Sony launcher for a while. It's not too bad. Doesn't get too much in the way. That's not really singing its praises, but at least it's okay. Sony also has a number of its special applications on here in Sony Store, and they have a Sony magazine. Everybody's doing that now. It has a Walkman app in it. $10 a month. You can have Sony Music on here. Again, none of this to me is particularly distinguishing from other stuff that's out there. I'm gonna say pros. Decent industrial design, good screen, 5 inches. I always like the bigger screens. It's waterproof and dustproof. Decent, pretty good camera, 20 megapixel camera. Cons, it's Jelly Beans, not Kit Kat. And I don't like the ports for waterproof, so I guess I can't make that a pro and a con. It's waterproof, is pro, it's con, it's got ports. All the waterproof cameras do. I'm gonna have to give this a try. If you're on T-Mobile, T-Mobile has a lot of the best phones out there now. It's good. You have a lot of good choices on the Un-carrier. I think that this is a nice phone. It's one of those things. I think Sony, like I said, has its fans, and if you're a Sony fan, you'll certainly like this phone. I think I'm not a Sony fan. So it's not for me, but it might be for you. I'm going to give it a try. Not a don't buy, but a try. Go to your T-Mobile store and play with it. Take a look at the camera. See how you feel about the screen. This is a problem because it's such a crowded category now. It's hard for a phone to stand out. The next generation, which comes out in May, will have 4K video. That'll be the big difference. Sony was all excited about that. Who shoots 4K video on your phone? I don't understand that.
Soon, everybody.
Everybody. Galaxy S5 does it.
Laptop,
Everybody.
you can.
Everybody does it. So a try on the Xperia Z1S, the waterproof version of the Xperia. By the way, the Z2 is waterproof as well. Similar design.